This is video 3 of 4 on solving equations with an x squared term. Example 5. Solve -2 minus x all squared plus x squared equals 3 plus 2x multiplied by -1 plus x. So we can observe here that there are sets of brackets on both sides of the equation. So a good place to start would be to expand these. So on the left hand side we have -2 minus x all squared, and you can see here I've got my -2 minus x multiplied by -2 minus x. So carrying out that multiplication, -2 multiplied by -2 is +4, -2 multiplied by -x is +2x, and we keep going with this. We've got +2x here and x squared here. So collecting like terms together, I'm going to get x squared plus 4x plus 4 plus this other x squared, which was already existing on the left hand side of the equation. So we need to remember that. Sometimes it's easily forgotten about when there's another term outside the bracket, but we need to remember that every time. Now, the right hand side of the equation, we have 3 plus 2x multiplied by -1 plus x. So we set up our area model for that, and we'll get -3, +3x, -2x, and 2x squared. Collecting like terms will give us 2x squared plus 1x minus 3. Now, at this stage, on the left hand side of the equation, I am noticing that there are like terms. So I've got two square terms on the same side of the equation. So I need to collect those firstly. So that will give me 2x squared plus 4x plus 4 on the left hand side of the equation. So this is now an example like we did say example 1. It's very, very similar now. So I notice that there's a 2x squared on both sides. It's positive on both sides, so therefore we need to take the inverse operation of that, which is subtracting 2x squared from both sides of the equation. That leaves me with 4x plus 4 equals x minus 3. I then subtract my 1x from both sides of the equation to give me 3x plus 4 equals -3. Subtracting 4 from both sides leaves me with 3x equals -7. And finally, to get x the subject of this equation, we divide throughout by 3, and that means that x is -7/3. As always, it would be a good time to stop the video and copy this down in your notes jotters, folks. Example 6. X squared minus x times 3 minus y equals 6 minus x times 5 minus x plus xy. So we can see here this is a bit of a longer equation. There's quite a lot going on, but we've done quite a lot of examples now and we absolutely have the skills to be able to solve this. So on the left hand side we can expand this straight away. It's a single bracket. So we've got our x squared still, that's existing there. -x multiplied by 3 gives me -3x. -x multiplied by -xy gives me +xy. On the right hand side of the equation, I've got a pair of brackets here, so I can use my area model to expand those. So that will give me 30, -6x, -5x, and +x squared. Putting this onto my right hand side of my equation, I'm going to get x squared minus 11x plus 30 plus xy, which was existing on the right hand side. So I need to remember that. Again, like I said earlier, it's easily forgotten, but then your answer would be wrong. Now, I observe that on both sides of my equation I have a positive x squared. So I can subtract this from both sides. But I actually notice as well that I have a positive xy on both sides as well. So I can subtract these as well. Now doing this will leave me with negative 3x equals negative 11x plus 30. So immediately I have managed to eliminate quite a lot of the variables here. So the x squared term and the xy term. And that's good because I really just want to solve the equation here for one of the variables, which in this case happens to be x. So I'm going to add my 11x to both sides now, and that will give me 8x equals 30. I can then divide throughout by x. On the left hand side, I'll be left with x on its own, and on the right hand side I've got 30 over 8, but that can simplify to 15 quarters. So x is equal to 15 quarters. At this point, it would be a good idea to pause the video again before the screen goes blank and copy this down in your notes jotter.